how many people listen on the app and then during the week, to follow me on social media, I'm thinking it's Thursday, but people listen whenever they want. Well, Dr. Wendy on demand, apparently. Look, I'm a big proponent of marriage counseling. It wouldn't be. I mean, if your car has a little bit of a ping or a sound in it or a rattle or a squeak in the brakes, what do? You go to a mechanic. But if you're in a relationship and your home life doesn't feel like it's going so smoothly, what do? You go have a drink, you ignore the person, you stay out of their way? No. You gotta go for therapy. But it's stigma. You still think that there's any stigma associated with any kind of psychotherapy? Marriage counseling is the most lightweight, and there's no stigma whatsoever. So I've always been a proponent of marriage counseling, and I read this really interesting study that says there's one simple trick that can cut your divorce rate in half. And supposedly, it's as good as marital therapy. Let me ask you this. Do you think there's any reference in the movie Gone with the Wind? So, remember the scene where the elegant gentleman after the couple swallow the hair, and unbeknownst to both of them, Brett Butler is hiding behind the high-back sofa as he's lying down there, and he's hearing the whole fight. Then she picks up this piece of porcelain that's figurine, he throws it against the fireplace, and anger nearly hits Brett. Remember this? Don't you want to marry him? I'm going to marry Helen. But you said you ought to be careful, Lee. Oh my God, why did you make me take this book? How can I make you understand? You're so young and I'm thinking, you don't know what marriage means. I know, I love you and I want to be over it. You don't love me, Helen. You like me, so. It's part of my blood, you understand me, so. You love me? How can I look? That kind of love. Yes, no, and but have with me and our friends just like you. I love me. Oh, you're telling me I must. You let it go. You make me believe you wanted to marry me. I'm sorry, be fair. I live at any time. You did. You did. I please right now. Is the war done? Well, here's new research that looks at the impact of watching movies on your relationship health. The researcher, his name is Ronald Roby, Associate Professor of Psychology at the University of Rochester. He focuses on trying to figure out couples dynamics within, obviously, romantic relationships. So here's the reason. He did a study where he took 175 couples who were either engaged or newly married, and he put them into 4 different groups. He called them various marriage intervention groups. Group number 1 was the conflict management group. So they received couples counseling where they learned active listening skills, like, repeat back in your own words these things your partner is saying, etc. And they also learned how to slow down the pace of arguments and not let them escalate. All right, group number 2, compassion and acceptance. These couples learn to appreciate their relationships more and to use language that is very accepting and supportive. Okay, group number 3, that's the control group where they got nothing. The group number 4 is called the movie and talk group, and couples watch and discuss movies about relationships. But they did this after they got a 10-minute lecture on how watching couples in movies could help them pay more attention to their own relationship. Why did you marry me? I'm beginning to wonder. The early years of marriage are a risky time for couples. We know that about half of couples in the United States divorce, but a lot of those divorces occur in the first 4 or 5 years. And so we wanted to try and find ways to help strengthen those marriages and hopefully prevent some of those divorces. Well, you might be really surprised by the results. I would have thought that therapy would have beaten all, but Roby's research found that couples who watched the relationship and romance movies together and talked about it, what they just watched, they had a 50% less likely chance of divorce. They followed all these couples for 3 years. What kind of people just sit like that without a word to say to each other? Married people. The amazing thing is that with just watching 5 movies together and talking for a half hour or 45 minutes at the end, we got benefits over 3 years because of the divorce rate in half. You ever think of marrying just for fun? Yeah, it's fun. they really be. So I had to ask, like, what movies were they watching? In this study, the researchers used Holiday Specific to Wonderful Life. But the researchers are very clear that viewing and talking about happy movies once a month can be as effective as couples counseling. It makes you stay present. It makes you compare it with your own relationship. All right, so I thought to myself, like, what movies would I want you to watch? So I came up with my list of movies that I think would be good for you to watch next weekend. And I say anything by writer-director Nancy Myers. The Intern, It's Complicated, Something's Gotta Give, What Women Want. But then I went a little bit further. And there are lots of movies for highly dysfunctional couples out there. And why not watch them so you can feel really good about your own relationship? You can count your own blessings. Like, how about Possession? It's where an international spy and his wife have a collapsing relationship because there's an affair. Or Birds Without Names, a gritty thriller. Turns out that this woman is dating this guy because she's trying to stay away from her toxic ex-lover, but then finds out that her toxic ex-lover is dead. Of a family. Remember that one? An erotic psychological thriller. That is a respected British politician that plays by Jeremy Irons, and he becomes romantically involved with his son's fiance. I'm so happy about your relationship. Did you watch some of these? It is always my pleasure to be with you, and I hope you are with me every Sunday from 7 to 9 p.m. on KFI AM 640. We're also live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. If you want to come on my social media, the handle everywhere is at Dr. Wendy Welch. And just a reminder, on my Patreon, we meet for a really fun Zoom room every Wednesday at 6:30 Pacific time. So I'd love to see you over there too. You've been listening to Dr. Wendy Welch on KFI AM 640.
All right, Brother Hibernation gave you Harry Sales playing School Treatment this spring.
Los Angeles, Orange County.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Well, there's always hope. I'm Mark Ronner, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. The Los Angeles Unified School District says it's prepared for school closures but remains hopeful for a resolution before the Tuesday strike deadline. That statement's in response to a Public Employment Relations Board ruling denying the district's request for injunctive relief against the strike. The board did direct its Office of General Counsel to expedite its underlying unfair practice charge against Service Employees International Local 99 Union, alleging it's an unlawful strike. The union represents about 30,000 cafeteria workers, bus drivers, custodians, special education assistants, and other workers protesting what they call the district's unfair practices. The strike will shut down campuses for 3 days starting Tuesday. Police say a hit-and-run driver who killed a cyclist in San Pedro may have been driving under the influence. The woman was driving from one bar to another bar when she hit the man and kept driving.
While we lost the second location, through involvement in the second station, with a parked vehicle. So, it's just kind of sad because there could have been more people injured that night.
LAPD Detective Ryan Moreno says officers found the woman last week thanks to a tip from someone who spotted the woman's car. The woman confessed to the crash from earlier this month. The son of the cyclist who still says the crash makes his blood boil. In LA, like Troy, hey, if I do. A judge in LA has rejected the city's motion to dismiss a lawsuit filed by street vendors.
The vendors filed the lawsuit to contest the city's restrictions on vending zones, saying it deeply interferes with their livelihood. Claudia Rodriguez fell violently with her father and says, if you can't work, they struggle. That's how we survive and take money home. And we work, it's rains or whatever, we're working hard at it, The judge said yesterday the city attorney has not been able to prove its claim that by working on sidewalks, street workers are causing a hazard to pedestrians. Court will resume in June where the case will move to trial. In LA, Chris Adler, KFI News.
California has jumped on the lower insulin cost bandwagon. President Biden has announced plans to cut prices for seniors on Medicare. ABC's Chuck Severson says Eli Lilly, Novo Nordisk, and Sanofi have all announced they're lowering insulin prices.
Now, California announces a deal with a nonprofit generic drug maker to cap insulin costs for everybody. We have soup to nuts delivery of the entire product, $30, no more, no less. And it's not socialism, says Governor Gavin Newsom. Instead, an effort to address the underlying cost by lowering the cost and providing a tax cost.
The governor says it will cost California $50 million over the next decade. Former President Trump says he'll be arrested on Tuesday. NBC's Ali Rocca says it's all over an alleged affair with adult film star Stormy Daniels.
The crux of the investigation, a $130,000 alleged hush money payment Mr. Trump's former attorney and sister Michael Cohen made on his behalf to Ms. Daniels less than 2 weeks before the 2016 election.
Trump posted the news on his social media yesterday and asked his followers to protest an indictment by the Manhattan District Attorney's Office. Trump is facing possible criminal charges in New York related to hush money payments to Stormy Daniels in the days leading up to the 2016 election. Arizona Democratic Senator Mark Kelly says nobody's above the law.
We're a country of laws. I think it's very important for the Manhattan DA to look into this thoroughly.
Kelly says he hopes the Manhattan DA's office has a strong case against Trump because the arrest would be unprecedented. Now let's hear some good news on 134.
And for the park on the 134 East before Riverside Drive and Victory Boulevard that earlier this fall makes 2 years in Valley Village on 170 North before Burbank Boulevard. That's passed through to the right shoulder. And the 210 West before 57 at St. Louis. So that's a big crash pushing up the carpool and involving a big way. And the other vehicle is facing the wrong way. And South Street on 710 South to Trio Highway. That's passing the right way to catch it back as in Firestone Boulevard. The Trio Holes on the 5 North, the Spoon, the Trio East Park on the 4 Road. That's the work on the 3-way into close with the road work. I'm supposed to say it's the wrong way. It should be a little bit of a delay from Avery Parkway for the buying. Now you'll see thereafter. I'm Zachary Davis.
The new Chief Marketing Report. Chris Brand, Chief Marketing Officer at Chipotle Mexican Grill. What do you do with our body? Specifically, audio influence.
Audio has been a key component for us. Our consumer is omnichannel, so we need to be omnichannel. We use audio to reinforce what we're showing on TV, what we're showing on other digital channels. When your priority is driving reach, boy, everybody needs to listen to the radio.
I think using audio influencers has been a huge component for us. Working with iHeart, we were able to really tease out the audio influencers in the market that were authentic Chipotle fans. And because it's authentic and because they're being trusted friends by the customers and the listeners, it's really been an effective strategy. It's the #1 audio company. iHeartMedia is marketing access to all. Every audience, live conversations, trusted influencers, and the insights and data you need to grow. Not just a media company. iHeartMedia is your access company. Go to iHeartResults.com for more. Southland weather from KFI, 30% chance of rain tonight with lows in the 50s, down to the 40s in Yonah Empire and Antelope Valley. Friday tomorrow with highs in the mid-50s, rain likely tomorrow night, and it could last through Wednesday. Right now it's 54 in Costa Mesa, 53 in Santa Monica, 53 in Beverly Hills, and 52 in Anaheim, where it is having a 100% chance of rain at the moment. We leave local live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Mark Ross. KFI AM 640. They're everywhere on the iHeart Radio app. You're listening to people for the coast. Strange stories from the iHeart World. I'm Clay. Tonight, we showcase the podcast Haunted Road. Hosted by Amy Brody, the star of TV shows like Kindred Spirits and Ghost Hunters. Amy takes listeners on a guided tour of America's most haunted locations with help of experts like paranormal investigators who have been to those places. From the episode entitled, I Was More Dead Than Alive, host Amy Brody explores the Mark Twain House and Museum in Hartford, Connecticut, a home intensely important to Samuel Clemens and his family. They spent what they considered to be the best of their days there. But tragedy struck and they never returned. For decades, the museum has been plagued by reports of paranormal happenings. Here's Haunted Road on Before the Coast. Strange stories from the iHeart Vault on KFI AM.
While Mark Twain treated spiritualism as his usual cynicism and wit, and his own personal losses became unbearable, he, like many others at the time, dabbled in spiritualism out of grief and desperation. That grief and desperation is said to still hang over the home he considered to be the happiest, if any he had, until tragedy prevented him from ever returning. In life, anywhere. I'm Amy Brody, and this is Haunted Road. Of all the beautiful towns it has been my fortune to see, this is the key. You do not know what beauty is if you have not been here. This is a quote by Mark Twain after he was introduced to Hartford, Connecticut by his publisher in the 1860s. Samuel and Olivia Clemens worked with architect Edward Tuckerman Potter to design their dream home there, which construction began in 1873. The family moved in on September 19, 1874. While much work still remained, construction delays and the ever-increasing cost of building their dream home frustrated Sam. The house is 11,500 square feet and boasts 25 rooms over 3 floors. It cost $40,000 to $45,000 to build, but after renovations in 1881, the home's total cost was $70,000, almost $1.9 million in today's market. The art of this home is incredible. In addition to the team of artists Clemens brought into the home, the Tiffany & Company interior design firm was brought in. The styles reflect cultures from around the world. Clemens biographer Justin Kaplan has called it part steamboat, part medieval fortress, and part cuckoo clock. The focal point of the master bedroom is the couple's elaborately carved bed, which they purchased in 1878 in Venice, which Sam brought with him wherever he went. It's even rumored he died in that bed in 1910. They had some very notable neighbors, like here in the picture show. Hartford had become a destination for successful figures of this ilk. Sam was known for his hosting, and some of his guests included George Washington Cable and Edwin Booth, the older brother of John Wilkes. The billiard room was Sam's office and favorite space, and it was reserved for men, cigars, alcohol, groceries, and the housekeeper. The pool table that is currently in the room was a gift from a friend in 1904. In that room, he also worked on many of his most notable books, including The Adventures of Tom Sawyer and Life on the Mississippi. In 1891, the Clemens family moved to Europe due to financial issues. They would never live in the Hartford home again, where the family enjoyed what was described as the happiest and most productive years. They moved to Europe, where the cost of living was more accessible. Meanwhile, Clemens tried to make up these losses by embarking on a lecture tour through the continent, but it wasn't enough to get them back home. The Hartford house was rented out. He returned to the much-loved family home once in 1895. As soon as I entered the front door, I was seized with a furious desire to have us all in this house again, and right away. In the midst of the family's financial struggles and the lecture tour in Europe,